These are our favorite Toyotas for under $60,000. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe and comment down below which one is your favorite.
Hello there guys, this is Nicholas Morrison with another video here on our YouTube channel at Forbes Waterloo Toyota. I am standing here with the absolute #1 vehicle we've had on our lineup for generations now, the family mover that started it for Toyota. This is a 2021 Highlander Platinum, and this is a hybrid model as well. Thank you very much for watching our video here, guys. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a pre-owned, whether you're after something sporty like a GR Corolla or an electric vehicle, come on down to Forbes Waterloo Toyota. The best experience of purchasing a new vehicle. Get in these new vehicles, try them for yourself, see how they drive, ask lots of questions. And I wanted to thank you very much for watching our video. If you mention this video, you'll get a great new incentive on your vehicle, on your purchase. So thank you very much for watching Forbes Waterloo Toyota's video. This model is the top trim level for the Highlander. It's in that beautiful blueprint color. I think looks really well with all your chrome accents. And we'll look at some of that as we go down the vehicle. Being the Platinum, it is loaded up with tech. It's got the full safety package and a lot of comfort throughout the vehicle. So we'll check that out as we go, but we'll start right up front here. They give you luxury and look right off the bat. So you've got the nice big Toyota logo. Being a 21, it's one of the last gens actually that's got the beautiful blue Toyota logo. We've lost that in the current gen, but it looks really, really nice on those older ones. And then as you go down, you'll see a lot of tech right up front on the Highlander. So you do get the proximity sensors right up front. Really nice for somebody if you're going from a RAV maybe up to the Highlander, you're getting into these bigger vehicles. Learning and having that space to park is really, really important. You know, some people, if you're going into a carport or some of those parking garages, it's really nice to actually be able to see where you're going and have that space. So we can show you that with the 360 camera as we go along, but very nice feature. And then as you come on, of course, you've got the nice LED headlights with the fog lights down below. A lot of really good vision if you're out in the country or anything like that. And of course, we do have the automatic high beams on this model. So a lot of safety starts right up front. As we come down the vehicle, you'll really notice, like I said, being the Platinum, they've given you a lot of really nice touches. So we'll go down. The 20-inch alloys, I think, are a really nice touch on this vehicle. The Highlander has always done a good job of giving you a really nice set of wheels. And we come stock with a pair of Goodyears from factory, ready to go, and you'll have great success there. As we come to our mirrors is where we start to get our tech right away. Toyota does a really good job of giving you memory here on your mirrors that'll go with your seat memory. So you have that, as well as the 360 camera underneath. So like I said, it pairs really well with those proximity sensors. When you're trying to park the vehicle, having having the camera on the dash is really nice. So we'll show that interior on the vehicle, but we do have that as well. And then as we come down, you do get the roof rails from factory. If you want to add the crossbars, you can do that as well. But the silver bars, I think, look really nice, especially on that blueprint color. And then we'll come around to the back of the vehicle and take a peek here in the rear hatch. Okay guys, so on the back of the vehicle here, the Highlander's done, in my opinion, a really good job of giving you a few nice features here. This is a pre-owned model, so we've actually got a nice extra touch where this does have the hitch on there as well. Being a family vehicle, we understand you guys are gonna go camping and things like that. So the Highlander Hybrid does still have a 3,500 towing capacity, so I'll touch on that right away. It's really nice as well. You can get the covers and stuff like that. So if you're stepping up, if you're trying to get into the vehicle, you've got that installed. It's really just a nice touch here on for being a family vehicle. We understand you need that. As you come into the vehicle, you've got a few nice features here. I'll quickly touch on. You do have the backup camera, of course, on this model. We've had that for years. Being the Platinum, though, a nice extra touch. When you use your rear washer, there is actually a washer here for your rear camera. So especially if you're out doing anything, camping or anything like that, your camera gets dirty, use your windshield washer, and it will wash off your camera for you. So a very, very nice touch as well. I'll show you inside the cab, but we also do have the digital rearview mirror. So that's what your second camera is here, if you're wondering on the back. I'll open it up here and show you. It does, of course, have the power liftgate. Even though this one has the hitch installed, being a Toyota factory installed, dealer installed hitch, we do have the ability to move the kick sensor over. So Platinum does have the kick sensor, and even though this one has a hitch installed, you still can keep that kick sensor. So that's a really big point. Not all of our vehicles were able to do that, but the Highlander's large enough where we have the space still to move it over. So as we get into the actual vehicle here, a few nice touches. The Platinum does come with a couple nice accessories. So of course you have both sets to match, that's what's in the package here. You'll have your rubber mats, the all seasons all throughout the vehicle, with the cloth second set. And then the Platinum, we also give you the cargo liner here in the rear. So it's a really nice touch. It goes up your second seats. It's perforated and it goes up and down with the seats. So especially, for groceries, kids' dirty boots, anything like that, it goes a long way to really keep your back clean and safe here. As well, in the back here, you do have the 3-prong 120-volt outlet. So really good if you have a cooler, sound system down at the beach, anything like that, you've got that plug. Especially with the hybrid system, you've got a lot of juice there on that plug. So a really nice touch for you. And then throughout, just a few nice touches. A lot of people do, I like to touch on with the Highlander, a lot of people do run these as a 5-seat configuration very commonly, or in this, this situation, a 4-seat with their back row down a lot. If you got dogs or anything like that, or maybe just don't have the kiddos where you need all those seats. So being able to put your seatbelts away off to the side is really nice. Your middle row top seatbelt does tuck into the roof, and it gives you a nice big open cargo area here, and it presents itself really well where everything's nice and tucked. You've got that flatness right to the back row, so really good for cargo, whether you're running the 5-seat configuration or if you do need the 7. Your seats do come right up. You've got a pull strap here from the back. You're able to change that recline, and you still do have the 60-40 split in the back here. So if you do need a lot of cargo space, you can have that, or you have the ability to have both seats up as well. So a lot of customization back here, and we understand all of you have a different, kind of use for the vehicle. So let's come on out, we'll play with that. From here, let's get inside the vehicle. I'll show you the interior of the vehicle, and we'll play in there next. As we get in the vehicle here, I'll take a seat and show you the cabin space here. The one thing the Highlander's always done very well is it is a unibody frame. It's meant for comfort. So whether it's a large fellow like myself or a younger female, I feel like, or a smaller female, sorry, both of you are very able to get comfortable here. There are power seats on both the driver's side and the passenger side, and it is a full 10-way adjustable on the side of the seat. So your ability to get comfortable is very easy. I feel I'm 6'5". I feel very at home here. I've got lots of headroom and I can get very comfortable. The one nice thing is both your front seats here are heated and ventilated, and it is that nice cross-stitched leather seating, very, very comfortable on those long drives. That's one thing the Highlander's always done a good job of, is giving you that comfortable ride. As you go through, first touch points, the steering wheel is that nice leather wrapped steering wheel. Of course, it is heated as well, so that feels really nice in your hands. As you go through, the touch points in the Highlander have always been really nice. The Platinum, they give it the nice accents throughout, so you've got some of the graphite and wood accents on the door and even through your console here. So they really try to elevate and give you almost that Lexus-esque in a Toyota nameplate. Especially on the Platinum. They even get into some of the sound dampening type technology in the glass and in some of the wheel well type stuff to really give you that better drive and a little quieter. Like I said, we're trying to flirt with Lexus, but keep you in a Toyota nameplate, and a Toyota price point is the big thing as well. So as we get into the vehicle as well, touch on a few things for you. So your front seats, like I said, they are heated and ventilated. You also do have the seat memory here in the front seat on the driver's side. That's on your door side here. You can have one for both, husband and wife, or mom and dad, whatever you're looking to do. As well as, like I said, your mirrors are also on that seat memory. So a nice extra touch where you can program all of that for both of you to get in, and it's set right away. On your steering wheel here is where a lot of your safety features are. So you've got things like your adaptive cruise control, your lane assist is all right here in reach, right on your left side. You've got the rest of your buttons that you'll need for those types of features. So things like your automatic high beams, your power liftgate, your heated steering wheel is all right here on your left side. So really nice that way. You actually still have buttons. They haven't taken those away from you. And then as you get into your main dash here is where you've got the rest of your features. So your seat buttons are here with your climate options, and they've done a good job of kind of giving you the ability to control some of it through the screen if you choose to, but then we've also still given you tactile buttons. So you get both options for all of your climate as well. Of course, you will have full CarPlay and Android Auto here on the screen with the nice big 12-inch display. It really presents itself well. You have the ability to do some of your split screen type stuff, as well as you can have the full map, of course, if you're doing navigation. So really nice view, and I feel like it fits really well in the dash. They've gone to a nice widescreen view versus some of the tablet style. So it looks really sharp here in the vehicle. Being the Platinum, one of the nice features here you get added from the Limited is this does have the heads-up display here in front of you. So it really gives you that cockpit feel while you're driving. Your speed, your navigation, and a few other features will all display to you right up front. So it really gives you that feel while you're sitting here. Everything's right in reach. That's really important with it being a vehicle for the family. We understand if you have kiddos in the back, everybody's bugging you, those types of things. It's really important that you can just focus on what you need to, and everything's right in front of you. And again, the major thing is you know what you're touching. You don't have to fumble with a touch screen or any of that. They've given you a good job of giving you actual buttons. As you go through, they've done a really good job, in my opinion, of giving you a lot of storage compartments as well. So you've got some up here for the passengers, a shelf in the middle here, and a lot of the cool things as well too is they've given you even the cord storage, the cord organization, let's say. So the cords can come right up through. There's actually ports for those so that you can have your phone up on some of these nicer shelves, still plugged in. And then of course, we've got lots of charge ports throughout the vehicle. With this being a 21, of course, the 21 still does have a 2.0 USB, as well as it even has some of the new micros with some inside as well, and up here in the front. One nice touch with the Platinum is they hide your wireless phone charger here inside your console. So it's actually a little plate here that flips up, And from there, you still have your console underneath. You can set your phone in the top and then close it away. It's out of your hands, it's tucked away, it's charging, which is nice. And being on a shelf like that, it won't slide around as much as some of the other applications. So it should actually get a fairly good charge in there. And then you can focus on driving while that's away. Everything you have Bluetooth up front. And then when you get to your destination, get out and your phone will be fully charged for you. So really nice. I like that that's put away for you. In the cabin, one thing you'll notice as well right away, just the general lighting here is really good. I do get the panoramic moonroof here in the Platinum. It goes all the way back into your second row. You'll be able to see that even once we get into the back seat. All of your controls, of course, are right up top for you. You can tilt it or have the full glass open up for you. Really helps a lot with light, giving you a lot of vision in here. And then the last few things we'll talk about up front here are just some of those nitty-gritty things that Toyota does for you to give you the last couple features. So, of course, we do have all the different drive modes on this vehicle. One really cool thing about the Highlander Hybrid, it's got that 2.5 liter with the hybrid powertrain. So if you're coming from the V6 model, if you're coming from a V6 or V8 from yourself, normal or sport will probably give you a lot of that drive that you're used to. The one unique thing about the hybrid is not only is it much more fuel efficient, but it also actually adds horsepower and power. So having the different drive mode really allows you to key into that. If you're looking for the most fuel efficient option, that's what Eco's there for you, or you can go up to sport if you're looking for more drive. In these newer models, it goes a long way to actually change some of your shift points. You know, if you're in Eco mode, it'll give you less pedal on the highway. So when you floor it, you won't get that full pedal. And they're doing that to save you fuel. And then conversely, when you're in sport mode, when you floor it, you're going to get both that combustion engine and the electric engine at full power, getting a lot of extra power, a lot of extra thrust and the horsepower out of the engine. And it really drives very, very, very nicely. So it's cool that you have the option to do both and ultimately choose how you want to get home that day. If you got some steam to blow off, put in sport mode and get home fast. And then a few other small things here for you. You do have the ability to put it in a full EV mode. If you want to learn more about that, we have a couple of videos on our YouTube channel about that. But basically what it is in small applications, maybe you're in a school zone or something like that. If you know you're going to be going at low speeds, you can pop it in an EV mode. It'll stay nice and quiet. And again, you're not going fast anyway, so it'll just save you that little bit of extra fuel as well through those zones. But the main thing is the quiet. It'll really be nice and enjoyable to drive through there if there's somewhere you want to be quiet. As well as you have the trail mode on this one that's really nice with the all-wheel drive system. Some people like using that up north here in the snow. It'll really help the all-wheel drive system kind of understand you might slip or things like that. And as well, if you do happen to be camping or anything like that, it's a good feature to use for the all-wheel drive system there. So I think the last thing I'll tell you about here is the digital rear view display mirror. So we did talk about that on the back of the vehicle. So you'll notice on the back, it has the left side as the camera and the right side is your rear view mirror. So when you're in this car, of course, we understand you guys are going to be going camping. You might have a ton of hockey bags in here on those long trips up north or anything like that. And of course, as parents, we understand we lose our vision. We can't see out our rear view mirror, and on the highway, that stinks. It's not fun not being able to see out. So what they've come up with is the digital rear view mirror. So all you do is you flick it forward. One way will be a traditional mirror, and then the second way will switch over to that digital view. What it does is it simply gives you that. It gives you a camera out the back so that now once you can't see, you still have a full view out the rear. Some people like to fully aim this right at yourself, give yourself a really nice vision. You can treat it like a traditional mirror, still have it aimed. It's really up to you. But the cool thing is that it's a full HD camera. It's right in front of you, and you don't lose it no matter what you have in the vehicle. So a really nice touch that is one that I really suggest try out. And it goes a long way on those long drives with the family. So let's get in the back seat. I'll show you the comfort there, whether it's the kiddos or some elderly family members. We've got a lot to offer back there. So let's check that out next, guys. As we get in the second row here of the Highlander, I'll take a seat right away for you. You'll notice right away, being the Platinum model, you do get the captain's chairs here in this vehicle. So it goes a really long way to give comfort to that second row. Really brightens up your ride. You do get heated seats here in that second row. So again, if you've got somebody older, maybe it's kiddos or adults, they'll still be comfortable back here. You're not going to get anybody saying that the leather's cold or anything like that. They still get the very nice stitching that you see in the front rows. That's really the advantage of being the Platinum with the bucket seats here. They do have all the charge ports they'll need down here in the middle, as well as they also have a 3-prong outlet. So you've got one in the back row in the very rear with the trunk, and you also have one here in the middle. So some people will use this one again for the cooler, but also maybe if you've got a DVD player or anything like that you want to run for the kiddos back here, you have the connectivity right here for it. So that's a very nice touch. Of course, on both doors, you do have cup holders, but a really nice touch here right in the middle. They do give you a cup holder with some storage for the middle row as well. So quite a few options for drinks, especially on those long drives for the kiddos. It's nice that you can stock up a lot of stuff here. And honestly, even the garbage, it's nice that they've got a lot of spots to put things that they don't just end up on the floor. get to your destination, get everything out, and it's put away. I really like when things, instead of just being a spot here, you got actually, you know, cup holders to put things and storage space. In my opinion, with the kiddos, I think that's a really nice touch. Honestly, like with my kiddos in our van, they've gotten pretty good at using that. And like I said, it really goes a long way, I find, to keep it clean. You see me playing here as well. On the seating here for the Highlanders, you do get armrest on both, which is nice. And then you have a lot of abilities to play. And I can do it while we're looking at the camera here. So you've got your different levers here on the side. So you can fold these seats to get into the back row if you'd like to that way, as well as you can also have them go flat for yourself. So one other feature that I really like here in the rear of the Highlander is that they give you the sunshades from factory right on your windows. So for the kiddos, especially if you got somebody sleeping back here, it's really nice that you can pop these up. They attach right on your mirrors, on your door, sorry. You have one on both sides, and it really goes a long way. I know my kiddos like the shade. So we'll get out of the vehicle, we'll hop up front, I'll show you the last few things, and we'll wrap up. See you there. Thank you very much for watching our video here on the 2021 Highlander. A great addition to the family if you need something to move, a few extra passengers, maybe you got a couple dogs or a ton of hockey bags, whatever it is, come on down. Make sure that you mention that you watched this video for a great incentive on your next video. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hello there, guys. This is Nicholas with Waterloo Toyota. I am standing here with a very special unit at Toyota. In Ontario, we have not had the BZ4X at all. We haven't had the electric vehicle. So in 2025, some of you may know, the BZ4X is finally coming to Ontario. You can already place orders for the BZ4X. And what Toyota's done is they've given us 2 of these test units that we're gonna be able to get some content out. We're gonna be able to drive, get in, let our customers come in and test out Toyota's first electric vehicle. And then when we get the new redesigned 2025, those are the models that will really launch in Ontario and have you guys the opportunity to purchase and come in and drive for yourself. But we wanted to get out, have the opportunity to show the 24 model, get our first hands on it, and put out a video for you guys to see this really cool car that is brand new for us in Ontario here. So yeah, we'll do just a quick first walk around and show you the vehicle. Thank you very much for watching our video here, guys. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a pre-owned, whether you're after something sporty like a GR Corolla or an electric vehicle, come on down to Waterloo Toyota. The best experience of purchasing a new vehicle. Get in these new vehicles, try them for yourself, see how they drive, ask lots of questions. And I wanted to thank you very much for watching our video. If you mention this video, you'll get a great new incentive on your vehicle, on your purchase. So thank you very much for watching Waterloo Toyota's video. Up front, you'll notice they've done a very good job of making that nice, sleek, new hammerhead style. Toyota's really putting that on all of our new vehicles. This was actually one of the first ones done back quite a few years, kind of going towards that model. And you'll see in the new 25 model, they've gone even further down that road. But with your LED headlights, some nice air ports bringing air across the vehicle. It does look very beautiful. It's always funny. They don't need all the air cooling that they need on a traditional combustion engine. That's why they always look a little different up here, but it's nice and sleek. I feel like with the black fenders here, it's a nice accent, looks really sharp on this vehicle. As well, this is an XLE model, so we don't always know exactly how the new ones are gonna be trimmed, but we assume fairly similar. You do get the parking sensors here on this model, which is a really nice touch, especially if something you're new to, a new powertrain. It's nice to have that feature there for you. As you come down the side of the car here, like I said, I really like that two-tone accent. You got it on the hood, you got it on the fenders, even coming up on the top of the vehicle here, you have it as well. Really creates that contrast well. You know, it's something a little fancy, a little special, which I think does well for the vehicle. Of course, because it is an electric vehicle, they give you a really good set of Bridgestones right out of factory. We know that's really important. We're not going to give you something, you know, a little cheap or anything like that. They've given you a really good set of Bridgestones right from factory. As you come down the vehicle, you've got a lot of creature comfort you're used to in a vehicle like this. Of course, this is going to be something similar to those people that are looking at a RAV, maybe a Corolla Cross, and you're looking to take that next step past the plug-in and go to the full electric. So a lot of things you're used to. You do have the keyless entry. And then as you come down overall, you'll notice just the space is very similar to that RAV style. A lot of good use here in the back, a lot of utility, and first and foremost, a lot of good comfort for your passengers. So we'll come around the back here, we'll open up the back, and then we'll get in and show you the interior of the vehicle, okay? As we come around the back of the vehicle here, I really feel like they've done a good job with the style here. It reminds me a lot of the Prius, very RX, Lexus style, very sleek. It's always something to get used to. A lot of us coming from traditional combustion, having no exhaust ports is always a little funny. Of course, on an electric vehicle, we don't need it. This is the XLE model. I find it kind of interesting they don't label the car. You don't know exactly which model it is. The only thing you know is that it's an all-wheel drive. You know it's that BZ4X, and you've got our new BEV, of course, battery electric vehicle badging. You'll no longer ever see the blue Toyota badging. all of it's down in the BEV, the new symbols that they're doing. So I'll pop open the hood here for you. The XLE model does have the power liftgate, so nice extra touch here. Of course, that is on your smart key as well. So walking right up, that will open up for you. As you come in here, like I said, this vehicle reminds me a lot of a RAV for space and things like that. So overall, you've got a ton of cargo room here. They do give you the tonneau cover factory on this model. As well, you do have the 60-40 split there. You're used to a lot of SUVs. Your seats can go flat and you've got a lot of room. It does go, a big key for a lot of people is it does actually go flat. So for putting cargo in there, if you want to put anything bigger, there's a ton of room in here. And having that 60-40 gives you a lot of options to play with it. You do have some good cargo space underneath as well because of all the extra room in the back here. So which is kind of nice. You've got an actual storage space back here, a few things to be able to put away. As well, they do give you both sets of mats, which I got here in this second pack. So Toyota's really good for that. You're always gonna get your cloth mats and your rubber mats. So that's what's in the package here. And then one more important thing I want to touch on back here that's in this package here for you. I won't get it out, but Toyota does give you a stage 1 charger with the vehicle. So with the stage 1, just to make sure that people understand the difference between some of those. So your stage 1 is your 120 volt outlet plug. It will of course be the slowest option for you, but the nice thing is for a lot of people, if you're not somebody, if it's parked over the weekends, if you think your charge can mostly last a week and you just need to top it up throughout the week, then that's where the stage 1 might be perfect for you. But if you're doing a lot of driving, you always want to make sure every morning you wake up, you have a full charge. That's people who then consider going up to the stage 2 charger. And the nice thing was with the stage 2, it does have an onboard inverter. So it can handle quite a bit of variations of amperage. So it really comes down to what your board can handle, your electrical board at your house, and between you and your electrician, you can figure that out. But it is nice. It can handle quite a few different options there on the charging side. So if that's something you have more questions of, you're always welcome to ask. We'll close up the back here. We'll go and take a seat in the inside, show you the inside of the car. So sitting inside the cabin here of the BZ4X, they've done a really good job. I feel like a lot of the new EV vehicles, they really make a point of modernizing your interior here and really giving you a different feel. One thing I like is overall, I really feel like they've stayed home to Toyota. Overall, it feels very much like at home in a RAV or in, like I said, a new Prius, something similar to this style vehicle. And it still really feels like home. So you still got your normal steering wheel we're used to. Of course, it is fully heated, which is a nice touch. You do have the heated seats as well. The XLE model has a 2 fabric seats. So you've got half cloth, half Softex. So overall, very comfortable seating here. I'm a 6'5" guy. I do have the headroom above me. I've got my sunshade open on the moonroof. So overall, I fit. I've got my legroom between me. And overall, it's a very comfortable drive. I really feel like it fits well even for a guy of my size. Above you, just to quickly touch on that, you do have the moonroof in this vehicle, the double pane, but it is not one that opens. It is there mostly for light and to let exposure in for both the front row and the back row. And then you do have the mechanical retractable sunroof, sunshade, but this one does not open on this model. So just one thing to touch on for you guys. But as you go around the dash here, you do have the nice big wide view screen here for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with all of your textile buttons down below. I like that. That's one thing Toyota's kept, is you still have all of your buttons here. They are a touch button, with some of them being your actual climate buttons being actual buttons still. So kind of a mix of both, with your volume buttons still being actual touch buttons. So I feel like they've done a good job of bringing it, like I said, to that modern style, while still remembering that a lot of people still like those tactile buttons. One really unique point here of the BZ4X is this shifter style knob that they have. It's one that is very unique to the electric vehicle. We don't have it in any other style. And it's a really unique one where you have an actual park button, and then it's a press and hold and shifting to all of your different gears. And then you know exactly which one you're in. So a really cool new style. Overall, I feel like it's a good change. They continue to try to push that avenue, and I feel like this is a cool style, a good one overall. You know what you're doing. It's not you're not questioning it. It's easy to use. Cool new style. It's definitely one worth playing with and trying out for yourself. Of course, being an electric vehicle, you have a few other options here as well around your drive mode. So you do have the ability to drive the BZ4X as a traditional 2-pedal scenario that a lot of you are comfortable with if you're coming from a hybrid or from a combustion engine. So you can still do your 2-pedal configuration, or you also have a button right here on your console where you can also then change it to the single pedal that some people might be more comfortable with if they've driven an EV before, or if that's something that you want to play around with. With the regenerative system in these, the 1-pedal braking is something that works really well. And basically, as soon as you let off that accelerator, it's instantly going to start applying regenerative braking really, really heavily to help slow you down. So it's a very interesting experience for something that you haven't driven before, or if you're used to that single pedal operation, I really suggest that's something. Come check it out. You'll see later on our channel here, we'll definitely do a drive video, give our first impressions of that experience, and really allow people to try that out. So stay tuned for that video, okay? As you come through, you do have a few other options as well. You have an X mode, so this vehicle is an all-wheel drive model, and being an SUV, they still want to give you some ability to have a bit of fun, and as well, they want to make sure that you can handle snow, you can handle any terrain, whether you're out in the country or any of that stuff as well. Even though it's an EV, it's modern, it's all of that. At the end of the day, we still understand it's an SUV. So you do have an X mode button. You have the ability to get a few different drive modes. So that's there for you. Definitely take advantage of that. Changes a few things with that all-wheel drive system, gives you some good functionality with that. As you come through a little further, they have given you what's really nice. They have given you a wireless charger as well on this trim level. I really like that it's actually got the compartment here to close it away. You put your phone on the charger, it locks in there really nice. It's got a good spot, and then you actually can close it away, put it away, and it's not going to bug you at all while you're driving. Of course, you have all your CarPlay and Android Auto up top, so put your phone down, especially for the kiddos, anything like that. You don't have to worry all about your phone, and it's locked away nice, and it's getting charged in there too, which is a nice touch. So cool little compartment there. And then throughout, you've got some good storage. One thing I find very, let's say weird with this model is there is no glove box. So a lot of people that are used to a lot of our models, especially RAV4, that's something that's interesting for some people. So you'll see they've got the manuals down below on this middle kind of console, and then there's also your main console that you're used to, your armrest console. So you do have both options. You've got lots of storage. You've got a little shelf here with lots of cup holders throughout, lots of charging. So overall, still a ton of options. It's probably just very different than you're used to, and I think that's mostly just to do with there's a lot of different parts in this than we're used to. And then we have the space underneath to have that console, so that's why they give it to you down there. So the last few things I'll touch on, as you look out, one thing I really think is interesting with these new models is they give you a complete different style dash. And honestly, once you get used to it, it's actually a really cool system. It's raised up quite a bit higher than your traditional dash. So I know I'm a taller guy. I find the viewpoint is actually very nice. I have my steering wheel down a little lower is the way I like to drive, and then I have my console up above. So it's actually a really nice interaction, but it's definitely different, it's definitely new. So you don't have your traditional MID down below you with all of your screens, interactiveness there that a lot of us are used to, coming from, again, a RAV or a Crown Signia, something similar. But we do have it up above. It's still got all of your information there for you, especially being an EV. It's got all of your regenerative system stuff up there, as well as your charge information and stuff like that. So a really cool new style. That's one I honestly suggest just get in it and test it for yourself. Really kind of try to get yourself over that hurdle of new and different and try it. So it works really well. And then the last thing I'll touch on in here, we'll get and check out the back seat as well, but I just wanted to touch on as well, up here, the one thing that's really unique, of course, with these EVs is the charging schedule portion of the vehicle. So you can adjust a lot of that stuff here through your main multimedia screen. You can set up a schedule, you can have the vehicle charged and ready to run at a certain time. You can set it that it will charge, on off-peak hours if that's how your electricity works in your city. Some of those things. You can do all of that through your screen here. And then you can also do it through the Toyota app. So you have a few different avenues, but the main thing is you have the ability to set those charge schedules. You can set it, like I said, to have it ready at a certain time. And you can really customize that to make sure that one, you're being cost effective, and two, the car is always ready for you. We know that that's a common sentiment that is really, really nice with these EVs, is that every morning you have a full tank of gas if you want to. Like I said, depending on that charge schedule, if you choose to, every day you start, you're ready to go, you've got your entire range, and you set out your day ready like that. So definitely something that Toyota's taken some time and done a good job on, and I like the interaction. They can do it here or through the app. So beyond that, let's get in the back seat. We'll check out that space and play around back there a little bit. Come on. So coming in the back seat here, I want to show this space off. Like I said, ultimately this is a family SUV, so they've got good room back here. All of your powertrain battery stuff is underneath. A lot of people coming from the RAV4 hybrid are going to be used to your batteries being underneath these rear seats. It's a little different here on the EV, but overall, I feel like you got pretty good space. So I'll take a seat here. I've got this front seat set up for somebody that's 6'5", and like I was sitting up there, and honestly, overall, I'm not bad in here. I find the headroom is a little tight, and I think that's mostly because of all the extra sunroof stuff up here. So that's one thing to consider with the models with the sunroof. You definitely lose a little bit of room here in this back row. My knees are touching, but they're not too bad. I don't have to split my legs too much. So overall, I find fairly good comfort here in their back seat. The nice thing is they've got their own climate ports back here. Lots of charging. Each person in the back, there's 2 ports here as well. You got all your bottle storage and your doors, things like that. You will have the full set of rubber and cloth mats here in the back row as well. So overall, you got a great utility, perfect for the kiddos. You could definitely fit, 1 or 2 seats here if you were doing child seats, rear facing or forward. I always put my rear facing up behind my passenger seat and keep my rear seat or my front seat a little farther back. Of course, being a taller guy. You do have the middle armrest here as well with a nice iPad or book holder and your drinks. So a nice extra little touch in these newer vehicles. Overall, not too bad for the size of the vehicle. So we'll get out front and show you the front of the vehicle one more time there. So as we come around in the front of the vehicle here, I'd like to touch on one more thing. The charging port for the BZ4X is right on the front of the vehicle here with the engine. You do have the 2-port system here, so you've got your top Type 2 style, and then as well, you've got the bottom for the CCS, the combined charging system port as well. So you've got that there for you. There are adapters available as well if you need a few different charging ports, but you should be able to accomplish most things you want to there with that. Overall, the BZ4X is a very, very exciting new vehicle here to Toyota. The major thing to understand for a lot of people shopping for this market, looking at these vehicles, and the way Toyota's trying to approach it overall is that this may not be the vehicle for you, but there are all different styles of vehicles being brought to the market, whether it's hybrid, whether it's electric, whether it's a gas combustion engine, and it's about finding the right vehicle for you that matches your lifestyle. Maybe you have one hybrid, maybe you have one electric vehicle, and it's figuring that out, and we're here to help. So come on down to Forbes Waterloo Toyota, take the BZ4X for a test drive, see if it's something that fits your lifestyle. Let's work all that out together. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out our next one here on Forbes Waterloo Toyota. My name is Nicholas Morrison. Thank you very much for watching. Hello there guys, this is Nicholas Morrison with another video here at the Forbes Waterloo Toyota channel. I'm standing here today with a bread and butter vehicle on the Toyota lineup, a 2024 Toyota Camry SE trim level. Thank you very much for watching our video here, guys. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a pre-owned, whether you're after something sporty like a GR Corolla or an electric vehicle, come on down to Forbes Waterloo Toyota. The best experience of purchasing a new vehicle, get in these new vehicles, try them for yourself, see how they drive, ask lots of questions. And I wanted to thank you very much for watching our video. If you mention this video, you'll get a great new incentive on your vehicle, on your purchase. So thank you very much for watching Forbes Waterloo Toyota's video. Like I said, it's a bread and butter, one of our best sedans that we've offered for quite a long time. In 2025, it was redesigned, so we thought the idea of doing a 2024 for you folks would be a great idea. This is one with the 4-cylinder engine in it. There is a 4 option and a V6 option. So like I said, this has the V4. Definitely one that's aimed at fuel economy. Like I said, full combustion engine, really good sedan for in town, moving folks around. If you're somebody that does have to commute, it's one of our bread and butter engines that's got, a million kilometers on it time and time again, has done really well for Toyota for generations. So we'll get started. We'll show you right up front. We'll walk you through the vehicle a little bit. Like I said, this is a base sports model. You get a few nice aesthetics throughout the vehicle, but ultimately, like I said, this is a value vehicle. A lot of great features, but nothing too fancy. So up front here, you do have the nice LED headlights with a nice body kit, like I said, on the front on the SE model. Gives it a little nicer appearance with some of the fender flares down below. Brings it up a little sharper, especially there with that gray color. I think it looks pretty sharp. As you come down the vehicle, they try to kit you up pretty good from factory. So you do have a nice pair of 17-inch alloys. You don't have to worry about steel rims or anything like that on a base model. So you've got those right away. And then as you come down, you'll notice a few nice body kit features along the bottom of the vehicle. You do have a traditional key for this vehicle. So that's one thing that a lot of people still like, is that on some of those older models, you still have a key. It's a flip out style. So you do not have keyless entry on this one. That's one big thing to touch on. But that's a feature that a lot of people actually like on the 2024 SE model. So it's nice. You still do have that key, but it is keyless where you have the buttons there to open up the door on the key fob. So come on down. We'll keep going around the back of the vehicle here. I'll show you the back of the trunk here of the Camry. Come on down. Okay guys, so back around the trunk of the Camry here, I really like, they still do have the Camry nameplate across the back, kind of that heritage homage that Toyota's been playing with for the last few generations with the big nice Toyota logo up front. It's something that's funny. They're changing that a lot throughout the generations, but I think they've done well here, bringing it right to that nice point on the back of the vehicle here. You do have the nice big dual exhaust here on the right side. It's only a 4-cylinder, but still puts out pretty good power. And you do have the nice actual dual tip exhaust right here to the back. One of the best parts about the Camry here, I'll pop the trunk and show you, is the storage capacity of this vehicle. So the one thing that they've always done is they understand that this is a family sedan, that ultimately, whether it's bags, maybe it's hockey bags, just groceries, anything like that. This one is extremely deep. It goes all the way back in there. Your seats do fold flat as well. So if you want to put something through, maybe even right through the center into the front row, whether it's boards or something, maybe even doing a little bit of hardware work on the weekend, ultimately the Camry can do it. Below, you still do have all of your tire options underneath there. So whether you've got a run flat kit or a spare, there's a few different options depending on the trim level, but that'll be tucked in underneath, as well as you do have the ability here for a few accessories for things like if you want to do a cargo net or any of that. But the one major thing is just all that space in there. You can fit quite a few hockey bags if you have to. 2 or 3 of myself will fit in there if you really want to stuff them. So we'll hop inside the vehicle and show you the interior of the vehicle as well. So now that we're in the Camry here, the one thing I'll touch on first of all is the power seats that are on this vehicle. So I'm a 6'5" guy. I'm very tall, very large, but I have the ability to get comfortable in the vehicle, which is very, very nice. On the side, you have the 3-way adjustable, the lumbar, with that back tilt, and then the full movement of your under seat. So of course for me, I'm pretty well in the back seat and all the way down, but I do get that headroom, which is really nice. The SE model does not have a moonroof, so that's one thing to note, but it does really give me that headroom, which is nice. So a lot of guys, especially at 6'5", comment, you know, in a lot of these sedans, they find it very, very difficult to get comfortable, to be in a seating position that feels natural. And honestly, if you look at me, I get to be fairly upright. You know, I'm in good contact with the steering wheel. And again, I still have headroom, which is really, really important. I know myself, Corollas, things like that, sometimes you have the challenge, but you get up to the Camry and most people feel like you have the space. So a little few things throughout the vehicle. The SE model, one of the nice touches is you do get these 2 fabric seats. So you've got kind of the Softex exterior with the cloth interior seating. These are heated as well, which is nice. Both front seats are heated. So from factory, you've got some nice touches there as well. This model does also get the heated steering wheel. So for a lot of people in Canada, this is a package a lot of people like to start at. You get a lot of those creature comforts to make yourself comfortable right away. Coming into it as well, in terms of tech on this vehicle, you do have quite a bit that's nice. So you do have CarPlay and Android Auto. On the 24 model, it is fully wired, is a big point to know. Wireless came in 25. So you do have CarPlay and Android Auto on the screen. You'll just have to use the connectivity down below, but it is nice. We've got ports all over the car. So you've got the USB 2.0 up front, as well as a couple charge points inside in the console here as well. So a lot of connectivity for you. One nice touch as well, this model has the little shelf up in the front here, as well with that storage compartment down and below. So it really gives a lot of space for storage here in the vehicle. The one thing we understand is that a lot of people, like we said, we understand you're commuting these and things like that. You're going to be at the road a lot. You might need to put your Timmy's rewards card down and below, and you got a spot to store it away. And then that way, everything's got a spot for you, but you can still actually reach it. And the car looks pretty presentable when you've got people in the vehicle with you. Coming to your steering wheel, one touch that a lot of people like on these SE models is you do get the paddle shifters here on the steering wheel. So if you want to put it into the select, you know, the sport style shift mode here, then from there you have your paddle shifters. It kind of gives it a fun little drive where, you know, especially on the way home, if you want to blow some steam off trying to get home, you can use that to have some fun. It's also nice if you're on an 80 road or anything like that and you want to pass, gives you a little more torque, and can get you up to speed a little faster to get around somebody. So a nice little touch on the SE model. And then on your left side here, you've got a few buttons for yourself that you can use. So you do have an interior button here for the trunk, of course, if you need to open that up. This vehicle does have a ton of safety features. So that's the last one over here on the side is the auto high beam button is here, with the remainder of your safety features being here in your steering wheel. So things like your lane keep assist, your adaptive cruise control, those features are right here on the steering wheel. And then the rest of everything for your visuals will be up in your MID. Of course, this does have full safety sense 2.5 on this vehicle. So you also have the pre-collision systems with the backup camera with that rear cross traffic alert. So, you know, like I said, a 2024 base model Camry, it's nice that you get that full, you know, creature comfort with the full safety package as well. We don't skimp on any of that stuff at Toyota. You'll always have that. So a really nice feature for you. And then the last few things here that I'll touch on, you do have the auto climate here on this vehicle. So you have the ability to have 2 separate climate zones. And as well, the one thing I really like is it is the auto style where you can actually set a temperature, same as your furnace. And you still do have tactile buttons. So a lot of brands in this segment are playing around with that. Toyota is sticking true. We still have buttons here for you. You can switch between all of that and you actually know what you're pressing. As well, one nice touch on the Camry is you do have heated mirrors for you, and that's on your rear defogger button right up front here. So that's one that people always ask is, do we have the heated mirrors? And we do. That's a really good point for you. So that's the front here of the vehicle. I'll get in the back seat. I'll show you that as well. A lot of people use these to move passengers, so we'll check that out next. See you there. As we get in the back seat here, I want to show you myself getting in. So I have this front seat set up right now for myself, of course. I was just sitting up there. I am 6'5". So as you see myself get in, I can fit behind. If I try to get my knees straight, definitely into that front seat pretty hard. So for myself, a lot of us tall guys, we generally would split our legs. It's not too bad. I actually do have headroom, fairly comfortable. My spiky hair is touching a little bit, but overall it's not too bad. And then I've got my knees here. If you have somebody a little bit shorter than 6'5", maybe it's mom out front, anything like that, you'll have plenty of room here. You can see the side seat even beside me. So the Camry does a good job of giving you good space. You know, even if you have to have a couple 6'5" guys in here, it will fit. And the nice thing is as well, it does a really good job with child seats as well, or just kiddos in general, but you do have all of your tie downs throughout. You even have the over the seat restraint for the over strap. So the ability, you could get 3 seats in here if you really had to, maybe with a booster in the middle, or 2 on the outside seats. A lot of people will put the rear facing behind the passenger here, and then have a forward facing this way if you wanted to put 2. But lots of good space here. You do have cup holders in the doors with a nice little pocket here, and then they also have the nice fold down console little here in the middle with that armrest, as well as some cup holders for your guests. So definitely comfortable back here for a family sedan. They do a good job. We'll get out, we'll show you the front of the video and wrap up. See you there. So if a family sedan is what you're after, if you're looking to commute and you need an extremely reliable everyday vehicle, that's what the Camry excels at. They give you the features you're looking for. The SE model has all the tech you don't want to pay for, and it's a really good option that if you want to come take one for a drive, see one for yourself, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you ever mention that you've watched our videos, come on down to the store. You get a special incentive off your next video. Thank you very much for watching. This is Nicholas of Forbes Waterloo Toyota. See you on the next one. Hello there, this is Nicholas Morrison with another video here on the Forbes Waterloo YouTube channel. I am standing here with an absolute beast on the Toyota lineup, a 2024 Toyota 4Runner SR5 model. Thank you very much for watching our video here, guys. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a pre-owned, whether you're after something sporty like a GR Corolla or an electric vehicle, come on down to Forbes Waterloo Toyota. The best experience of purchasing a new vehicle. Get in these new vehicles, try them for yourself, see how they drive, ask lots of questions. And I wanted to thank you very much for watching our video. If you mention this video, you'll get a great new incentive on your vehicle, on your purchase. So thank you very much for watching Forbes Waterloo Toyota's video. This is a very special one on the Toyota lineup because this is the end of our V6 engine here on the 4Runner. So this is a 5th generation Tacoma. In 2025, we redesigned and went to the 6th generation. So this model we had for 15 years. It is absolutely tested, tried and true, and people absolutely love this engine. So we'll touch on a few things here. If you have any questions, drop them down below, but we'll go through the vehicle and show you a nice walk around of it. So the 2024 4Runner, like I said, first and foremost, you have the V6 engine up front. It's on a truck frame, so it is a body on frame. Very good for off-roading, very good for the family. If you need to tow or do anything like that with camping or anything, if you're doing a trailer or maybe a boat as well. This is one that we get talked about a lot, that if you're somebody who has to be out in the country, if you're on the 80 roads a lot, you feel extremely safe in this vehicle. If it's something, through the winter or just late at night, if there's any worry of animals, anything like that, the thing feels like an absolute tank while you're driving it. So if that's something that's important to you, you really just want to feel safe on the road. You want to feel like you can go anywhere. You don't really want to have to worry about the weather. You don't want to have to worry about conditions, dirt roads, anything. The 4Runner is an absolute monster for that, especially with that V6 powertrain. There's never anything you have to worry about. And like I said, if you want to talk about reliability, there's a reason we had this model for 15 years. So as we go through it, we'll talk about a few things. Starting right up front, you have the nice big LED headlights with the fog lights down below. So I have them turned on right now for you. Gives it a really nice dominating front look on that on the truck with the nice front end. Looks very similar, of course, to the Tacoma. You've got the nice badge up front. On the entry level, we don't have parking sensors. That's one thing we get asked a lot, but you don't really need them, honestly, on this size vehicle. It is the smaller truck. So yeah, we'll come down the side here of the vehicle and take a peek there as well. So as we come down the side of the truck here, from factory, they'll give you a nice pair of 17-inch alloys on the vehicle. It's not something that you have to upgrade to. As well, they're always gonna give you a nice set of tires right off the factory. There's a few different trim level or options depending on the year that you buy, but we give you a nice set of Bridgestones. So we understand, obviously, the 4Runner is one you don't wanna have to drive off with the money you're spending and have to put on a set of tires. So it's nice that you've got that. And then as you come down the truck, they give you the running boards factory as well. So that's not something you need to add. And it's nice that they're a little wider. They fit really well on the body and they're installed right from factory. So it's not something that we're even touching here in the dealership. You get it right from factory. You know they fit well. They're gonna last. And like I said, it's a little nicer in comparison to a lot of our truck ones where they're a little bit wider. So when you're really trying to do that step up, whether you've got something up on the roof, or just somebody that needs to get in the vehicle, you've got lots of space there. And then as you come down as well, just a few little creature comforts for you as well. You do have the keyless entry with the smart key on this model. Both driver's door does have that, as well as your rear door. So we'll come around the back here. I'll show you the back of the vehicle as well, and then we'll hop inside after. Come on. So on the back of the truck here, this is a few features that people really like about the 4Runner. So one of the absolute best things is that this rear glass here is retractable. They give you a button right here on the back of the glass where you can put it up and down right from the back here. It's really nice feature if there's something, if there's a cooler inside, or maybe the puppy's inside and you're at the beach and you want to leave them in the car. It's really nice and get in and out of the vehicle. This one does have a hitch on it. They come factory with that being on the truck on frame. It's a really nice system where they give you that right from factory. As well, this model can tow 5,000 pounds with the big V6 with the truck frame. So if you are doing boats or any of that, it's nice that it comes equipped. The SR5 does have a manual liftgate. That's one thing that we get asked a lot. It's nice, you got the two holes, whichever side you're going from, or the actual tug strap as well. But it is a manual liftgate, so that's one thing we get asked a lot. As you come in the vehicle here, one thing to note is depending on the trim level, it decides your configuration of your seats a little bit. So this being an SR5, it does have the 7-seat configuration. I'll be really open with you. A lot of people don't really use these 7 seats very often for passengers. So you have to understand it's definitely for kiddos, for short rides, anything like that. I wouldn't want to stick my mother-in-law back there or anything like that. She might get a little upset, but it is nice that you do have the 7 seats on those occasions that you need them. Maybe you got a friend for a short drive, anything like that. They are there for you. Your 2 seat belts are on the side here. You do have the ability to tuck them right away into the walls and get them out of that way so that when you're doing cargo and stuff like that, you've got lots of room. But most people do run it like this with just the 5-seat configuration. So in that regard, you got a ton of trunk room back here. It is nice where you've got the connectivity on your one side here with the 3-prong plug as well. So you do have that right here if you need it for a cooler or sound system, anything like that. As well, you've got a lot of good storage back here as well. If you want to be able to store things for camping, if you got any utility, anything like that, you've got a lot of room back here to put it. So offers quite a bit for the vehicle. And like I said, one thing to pay attention to when you're shopping for these is what seating configuration you're after. So we'll get in the vehicle. I'll show you the interior of the vehicle as well. All right, so as we come in the vehicle here of the 4Runner, I'll take a seat in the passenger driver's seat here. The one nice thing with the SR5 model is that for a base, they do give you the Softex leather right away. So comfort's first and foremost, we're definitely gonna give you that. The one thing that I get asked a lot, I'm 6'5", I'm a fairly large guy. So one thing, the vehicle is very similar to the Tacoma, but I generally find I can get a lot more comfortable in the 4Runner, more so than the Tacoma, just the way that the truck frame's designed, or the body's designed on the frame. The one comment I do get a lot as well is these do have the power seats, where some of the lower trim level Tacomas may only have the manual seats. So the power seats definitely help me give a lot more range in the seats. But I know that's something that's very commonly talked about in this segment of a vehicle, is just whether there's space for guys that are my size. So overall in the 4Runner, I feel like they've done a good job of that. It's designed to be rugged in a truck frame, and I feel like they deliver that while still giving you that luxury. You've got nice touch points all throughout with some of the wood accents and chrome accents. The front 2 seats are both heated, which is nice. And you do have right beside your heat options here is your button for that rear glass. So it's really nice that you have it right here. Not only do you have your moonroof above you, but you can also open that rear glass, really bring the airflow through. It's a really nice feature exclusive to these 4Runners that goes a long way in the summer. Makes it feel like a heck of a drive. As you go through your dash here for you, you've got a lot of your safety features right here on the steering wheel. So one thing about the 2024 model is it did need a bit of an upgrade, but you still have quite a bit here, which is nice for you folks. A lot of people don't want a lot of the new tech, which is nice. So this does still have adaptive cruise control. You do have your lane assist, and you do have a pre-collision system. And that's to the extent of the safety in here. So it has Safety Sense 2.5. So a lot of things that people are after without a lot of that noise that a lot of people don't want, which is nice. As well, we still have a few little creature comforts that are really nice in the 4Runner. So you do have the heated wiper blades where that sits, really nice in the winter, soften up the blades, as well in the summer to get rid of some of that streakiness. As well, of course, on your side here, you do have the button for your 120 volt plugs in the back. So if those plugs ever aren't working, the switch is up here in the front for you. On the MID here, it fits in really well, I feel like, with this screen. On some of the other trim levels, there are a bigger screen option, but the 8-inch I feel like fits really well here with that Grace Note audio. As well, you will have full CarPlay and Android Auto here. It will be a wired connection, so you have the USB down below. You do have 2.0, as well as a 120 cigarette style lighter inside in the dash here. But yeah, it's nice you have all that up here on the screen. Of course, Bluetooth connections and all of that as well, if you'd like to do some of that. But most people go into the CarPlay and Android Auto stuff. Down below, one feature I've always really liked about the 4Runner is they really try to present it as a rugged vehicle. So you've got these really nice big buttons that, especially, if you're dirty, if you're out of the bush or doing anything like that, it's really nice to actually know what you're doing. You can feel what you're touching, and it doesn't feel like you're gonna snap them off if you accidentally bump them. If you hit them too hard, they can actually take a little bit. As well as all of your climate options, you know exactly what you're hitting. So you can adjust things really fast. It's designed well, and they haven't taken that away and thrown it on the screen for you. They've kept all of your buttons here. As well, you do have the dual zone climate. So I know I run really hot, my wife runs really cold. It's nice that we can have both climate zones. One thing that we get asked quite a bit as well is this vehicle does have the heated mirrors. That'll be on your rear defogger button right up front here. So you do have that as well. And then as you come down into your dash here, you've got a nice big button here. This is the meat and potatoes of the 4Runner, of course, all of the 4-wheel drive options. So most people run around, of course, just in your 2-wheel drive most of the time. It is a part-time 4-wheel drive option, so you can choose that, as well as this also does have the 4-wheel low option. So you can go into that mode as well. So it's right here. It's nice how you can adjust, you know exactly what you're putting it into. The dash will illuminate and flash if it's unable to make the switch. If it can, it will lock in and tell you that it's in 4-wheel drive. And it's nice that it tells you exactly what you're doing on both. If it's unable to make the switch, like I said, it'll just keep flashing until it is at a speed or a condition where the truck knows it can switch, and then it'll do it on its own. It's really nice that you don't have to worry about speed or stop or do anything special. It'll take care of all of that for you. So, and then as you come down, you do have the ability on this one to do the select shifting if you'd like to. The V6 does have quite a bit of power, so if you want to have some fun, you can. But these ones are designed really more about overall drive and torque. So some people do play with it, but this isn't one that actually, there is no sport mode option on this vehicle. There is no ability to play with the drive modes too much. One thing to note though, it does have the ability to go into an eco mode, but it'll do it completely independently. So you'll see it once in a while pop up on the dash that you've gone into an eco mode, but it's not quite the same as what some of our vehicles have where you can switch between the different drive modes. So one thing to touch on, we get asked that a lot as well. This is one of our last few vehicles, the 24 4Runner, that did have the old style cruise control as well. So just so you know that's down here and below. The nice thing is you kind of have both technologies where you still have the ability to set your distance, but you've got the old style dongle down below. So a really cool little touch, kind of an homage to some of you folks that have been around Toyota for a long time. So beyond that, we'll get in the back seat. I'll show you some of the comfort for your passengers, and I'll meet you there. See you soon. All right, guys. So as we get in the back seat here, I'll take a seat on my side here. So of course I was sitting up front. I'm a big tall guy at 6'5". The one nice thing with the 4Runner overall is I've got actually fairly good room. I do have headroom above me. I'm comfortable with my seating position. My knees are touching a little bit, but I don't have to have them super split. And that's with a big guy 6'5" up front. So maybe if dad isn't quite as tall or if mom's driving, you'll still have lots of room, or depending who your passengers are. And one thing you'll notice is the seat beside me, they do have quite a bit more leg room. So it is nice, especially if you've got child seats here. You can have maybe a rear facing and a forward facing. I myself have gotten up into 3 seats here if you've got maybe a booster seat in the middle. So it's nice, you got a lot of connectivity back here for the kids. You have your USB ports down and below with your floor mats in the vehicle. The nice thing is the Toyota will always give you both your rubber mats and your cloth mats from factory. So it's nice you've got those back here. You do have a little bit of storage throughout the car, which is nice, on your door handles as well. So they try to give you a good setup here for your passengers as well. I want to show you, I'll get out of the vehicle and I want to show you getting in and out into that second row, or sorry, the third row, I guess. That is one challenge, like I said. I really like to highlight sort of the challenges with that third row. It's there when you need it. So we'll show you that and make sure you're comfortable there. So I want to show some of this inside the cabin. So we have our 2 middle row seats folded down flat. On the side, you have that bar, and these can go down. On the front of the seats, you do have a rail, so your seats are adjustable that you can split legroom between these back rows. But I really want to show you this. So in the back row here, your seats, you do have your handles there. You have one on the back and you have one on the top here. So you pull on your top handle, and then your backrest for your seat comes up, and you have the ability to put your headrest up, so you have a full seat. And then actually in the bottom here is where your butt sits. So you pull that out, and there you've got a seat. The one challenge though is you really have no great way to get in. So for me being a big guy, I'll show you how to climb in. Some people might get in through the back. I would maybe get in through the side here. It sort of depends on your situation. But as you climb in, you got to climb right up on the seats, get into your seat, and then you can climb in. It's tight to find leg room. My head's really crammed, but ultimately I got a seat. If you had to go somewhere for short drives, maybe you crunch up a little bit. You do have that second seat beside you if you need 2 seats. So you do have the room back here to have 2 people. That one can come up beside you, and you do have that room. I do have cup holders back here. I've got seat belts in the wall here beside me. So ultimately it is a 7-passenger if you need it to be. I'll climb back out here quickly and just show you that as well. So I would put my knees up, climb out this door, and then get out that way. And then if you want, just so you can see as well, there's a little latch here on the side of the seat. So that's what you pull. That'll put your back seat away. And then you got either go to the back of the car. I'm pretty tall so I can reach. And either pull the strap or the handle. That'll bring this down, And then once you pull that handle, it'll collapse to the headrest again and it'll go back down. So that's how you get that back. I feel like that's important to show you. We'll hop out, I'll show you the front of the vehicle and we'll wrap up the video. See you there. So guys, if you're after a V6 truck or a big people mover that can do everything you want it to do, is gonna outlast pretty much any vehicle on the market, the 2024 4Runner is an absolute beast for that. It's very, very tricky to get your hands on one of these engines. I know us on our lot, for us to be able to buy them back from you folks is extremely difficult. If you've got one, keep them. If you wanna sell it, reach out to us. If you wanna take one for a drive, let me know, I'd love to take you. Again, this is Nicholas here at Forbes Waterloo Toyota. Please mention that you watch this video for a nice incentive off your next vehicle. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.